Hello and welcome back to Ys Origin. I'm your host, and this is the Blighted Blood. See all those little mantises? Those just aren't your beginner enemies for this area, they are a clue. Almost every boss of the Ys 1 and 2 was remixed for this game. And the proliferation of mantids is a pretty strong indicator of who they decide to head up this area of the game. So anyways, spikes. Being stabbed by them is bad. Just like in any other game. No surprises here. Though the Ys games are not exactly known for breaking huge amounts of new ground in terms of gameplay or story. The way I always like to put it is that the gameplay of Ys games is always one step behind what current trends are. But then again, the fact that Falcom does not give two fucks about what other companies do is probably one of its greater strengths. Blighted Blood can be a bit of a mess. The thing is, the way I do things is that, because of the way Ys Origin and its save points work, any unintentional death is pretty much end of recording unless it's against a boss or something. We can have as many intentional deaths as we want, though. See previous video. In any case, this is the first area where you start getting absolutely drenched in SP. It's really where you start to be able to afford almost whatever you really want to get. There would still be some grinding for the bigger ticket items, but for the most part we're going to be getting quite a few of the higher tier bonuses thanks to the SP gains from the Blighted Blood. This is where the monsters start to get really mobile and aggressive. You will see some of these guys actively dodge my attempts to kill them. Red enemies in this place can be outright lethal, though never really super enough to one-shot you. And our first treasure here is the Rhoda Fruit. There's going to be some extra backtracking in this video. Not because I'm looking for optional stuff, but because the game demands it. Sorry. This bed of spikes is actually a bit tricky to jump over. You can't really jump over it from the bottom platform, so you need to sort of angle your double jump to get over and avoid being impaled. Spikes are not instant death in this game. They're just nasty little traps best avoided. And the first ruin... No wait, there's only one Rue here. The Rue in this area appears pretty early on, and... again, gives you something pretty useful. Yes, the battle armor. A fairly common fixture of the early Ys games. It appeared in Ys 1, 2, Oath in Felghana and Wanderers, and in the Dawn of Ys version of Ys 4, where one of the people of Minea actually sells your old battle armor back to you. Okay, these gas-spewing flowers take very reduced damage from normal attacks. So you're pretty much stuck with using skills on them. At least for now, anyways. Oh, the Japanese and their poison jungles. How many times can we reference Nausicaa before it becomes too much? Though, to be fair, this isn't as much of a reference to Nausicaa as the reference to Nausicaa in Dalles. To think of it, I haven't ever actually finished Dalles. Better try that sometime. Oh yes, this area is full of homing projectiles. There are at least 2 enemy types in the Blighted Blood that fire those things at you. In any case, I'm starting to wonder what X power increased actually means, because it doesn't actually increase the damage of skills. It might increase the MP recovery or the total MP you have with that skill. I'm actually going to have to investigate it. I might even have an answer for you before this LP is over. Might, that is. There are no guarantees of skill or perception in my videos. It's nice when it happens, but you shouldn't count on it. there's a fairly good reason to go this way. And it's not because it's the best place to get mobbed by electric homing projectiles. Now, these red versions of the anglers don't actually do double damage, they do triple damage. So this is actually a fairly dangerous fight. And there's going to be one that's equally as dangerous later on, even in this area. But with a bit of patience and a ton of bolt crashes, it all worked out anyway. Okay, splatter some monsters, then run. Dispute Dalles' choice of flora. Okay, those mages are guys that I do not like. Because they can do their casting even while they're being hit, which means you'll sometimes end up in a field of energy mines when you didn't mean to. Ugh! Stop standing in the platform! And there we go. Yes, the exterior of the tower has its appearance depend on what part of the tower you're in. Like in the Silent Sands, there were sand falls outside of the tower. In the flooded prison, there was waterfalls around, and I think there was a moat even. I'll have to go back and look at the other videos to check. Hey, Return of the Crustaceans, which take greatly reduced damage from normal attacks. Also, more undead. We will never be rid of undead. Mages, on the other hand, are somewhat more negotiable. And squishy. Okay, I do not want to be here quite yet, and not because that's an extremely dangerous room. It's because there is something else to be found, I think on the opposite side of this room. Though I do check every square angstrom just to be sure. Nope. Aha, this is the way. Yes, these crustaceans now shoot 3 water projectiles, and the center one is homing. Thankfully, playing Ark of Nepishtim taught me all about dodging homing projectiles, so I should be fine. Generally. Yeah, when you're watching one of my videos, you're not here for a super play. I'd love to use that right now, but I want to clear the next save point first so that I don't have to track all the way back up to this room from the beginning of this area of the tower. Well, whatever that liquid is, it isn't good to swim in. I'm pretty sure it's just some sort of generic poison thingamajigger. Okay, this room. Confined spaces, enemies use AoE, have increased defense and attack, and, well, let's take a look. I am surprised I dodged that last one. That's one down. Once you get rid of one or two of them, things become a lot less hectic in this room. Which gives us a new statue, some much-needed healing, and the ability to upgrade all sorts of things. Armor is strong. Okay, increasing item drop rate increases, well, the rate at which enemies drop anything once you've exploded them. This includes stat boosters and healing items and SP. All of the really good stuff that any adventurer in the tower depends on. For SP upgrades, I always prioritize defense because I do not place much faith in my ability to dodge anything. Blah blah, purest radiance, blah blah. Why am I blah blahing? This isn't Star Tropics 2. Let's see what he has to say. Okay, let's take ourselves back up to where we were before. This is just a fairly standard room. The red enemies here aren't that big of a deal. Just explode them like usual. I don't think they even really have any boosted stats except maybe double attack, and their attacks weren't really that strong anyway. Another level? Good news for me. And here he is. Meet Dalles. Dalles was one of the primary villains of Ys 2, and he was the villain with by far the most presence out of any of the antagonists. He harasses you for about half of the game in Ys 2. And on top of that, he actually has even more involvement in the Ys complete versions, where they have additional scenes with him right after you get to the Ice Ridge of Noltia and when you're in the mode of Burnbless. Anyway, reinforcements! Even though Dalles is still pretty much human, he hasn't actually changed much. He's still the same jerk. Yeah, this was never going to work. Sorry guys, you just aren't main characters. Also, thanks to the turbo version of Ys 1 and 2, Dalles will always be voiced by Jim Cummings. Magic! I am so glad they brought him back. Oh, that means he's captured Rhea. Yeah, what I like is that turning your buddies to stone wasn't even actually part of his plan. It's just something that he did for giggles. Dalles is probably one of my favorite antagonists in the franchise because he is just so gleefully evil, especially in the English version of the Turbo CD Ys 1 and 2. I think it's a bit rarer nowadays to find a villain who actually enjoys what he does. Also, Dalles said that he was the leader of the Darklings, which I guess is what Xe chose as the pen name for the Darkness Clan. Though, in the Japanese, Dalles and his cronies were just called, the Yami, or just Dark. So anyway, I'm heading forward a bit to see if I can't find anything that'll help us out. And I've encountered some new enemies on the way. Wonderful. These flying enemies will taunt me throughout the rest of this game. There will be up-powered versions, so I don't have time to deal with them now. Oh my. Hey, it's Wolverdante. Been a while. Yeah, he's like level 48. Liar, liar, liar. Okay. This knockoff Black Pearl appeared in East 1 and 2, and it wasn't really made clear why there were two Black Pearls in East 1 and 2 until East Origin came around, and we found out that the smaller one was just a knockoff made by Dalles. Still, it's always funny to hear villains do rehearsals of these sorts of things. In fact, one of my favorite story bits of Dawn of East, one of the things I actually like, is that in the beginning, Gaddis, Garuda, and Bammy tried to resurrect Aramo before they went on the giant MacGuffin hunt just to see if they could do it. Yeah, petrification is just really Dalles' thing. Yeah, just in case of mass curses, but in a Tower of Evil, that's a fair precaution. Okay, so this is basically just doing the same assembly that we did in East 2. Grab Dreaming Idol, shove Black Pearl in forehead, and the rest will take care of itself. The reason I have to manually run down the steps is that warping is actually disabled while you're inside Rado's Annex. Yeah, no shit, Dino. Petrification is not good, who would have thought? Though I did like the reference that the Dreaming Idol is normally kept where we find it in East 2. Dot dot dot. One Dreaming Idol, one bootleg Black Pearl. And boom. Yeah, it's sometimes easy to forget in East games that Fina and Rhea actually have powers. Well, okay. Unlike that other mopey guy. Anyway, that's pretty much it for now. We'll be dealing with that curse next time. See you then. Bye.